You're the sky that I fell through, and I remember the...
This is Gina from hauntedflower.com and hauntedflowerreviews.com, and today I'm giving you a Blu-ray DVD digital copy review of Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Gahoole. It is based on a series of novels by Catherine Lasky and is directed by Zack Snyder of the movie 300. So yes, you get to see lots of intense, slow motion, like action owls, like they're coming at you and then oh, and then they move and it's kind of wild like that. I would definitely not say that this is a kid's movie. I think that this is an animated story that anyone could watch, but I think actually adults might understand more than the kids in some ways. For one thing, it's kind of a violent story. I'm not saying that there's like blood and feathers flying everywhere by any means, but there's a lot of fighting between the owls and it's life or death trying to kill each other. The story is based around this owl, Soren, who is kidnapped from his home with his brother Claude, and they are taken somewhere to be brainwashed by the moon and turned into soldiers for an evil army to take over all the owl kingdoms and imagine some evil laughter. These poor owlets, they barely even know how to fly. They have to learn how to fly and they have to try to escape, and they want to get to the Guardians, whom are owls that they've been hearing stories about ever since they were old enough to hear stories. They're brave, they've saved the day in many circumstances, and these owls will help them if they can get to them. And along the way, they pick up some other travelers that are kind of goofy, like an owl that can't stop singing, and an owl who is just kind of goofy. Before you know it, Soren's little sister is even kidnapped, so he has something extra he has to go back for, because Claude, his brother, is kind of giving into the brainwashing and becoming a bad owl. Brother on brother fighting and all this intense army battles. It's kind of heavy. Greatest thing that this movie has going for it is that it is beautiful. You absolutely positively want this in Blu-ray if you get this movie, because these owls are so flippin' gorgeous. I mean, they look ridiculously soft. You want to reach into the screen and pet them. In Indiana, we just couldn't get enough of How to Train Your Dragon. So this did not win, but now that I've gotten to see this after the fact, I think that this is a really gorgeous movie. And there's some learning here, actually. If your kids are of just a little bit of an older age where you guys can have a discussion about this, I think that there's a learning moment in this movie. If they're not old enough, then the owls are just pretty, okay? These are pretty, pretty owls. For extras, there's a great feature. They call it kid mode, but I think it's anyone mode because it goes back and forth between explaining things for kids and actually being a legitimate, like, here's how we did production design and here's how we animated the owls and this is why we did this. Picture-in-picture telling. You get to hear the legendary bedtime story that the owls are telling in the beginning. You get an Owl City music video because if you have a movie about owls, you have to use Owl City in your soundtrack. Artwork galleries, and there's a Looney Tunes cartoon, and the most kid thing on here is that there's a little feature on owls and telling you about owls, like real owls, and it's hosted by one of the owls from the movie, and Rico Rodriguez, whom you might know as Manny from Modern Family. I've never seen that kid act so young before. It's kind of taken aback, like you're used to him being such an adult on the show, and then in this he's just like, wow, owls have big eyes, don't they? It's a little goofy. There's still plenty of time to pick this up as a gift for somebody if you need one before this weekend. So I'll see you later. Thanks for listening to my review.
For more reviews and to find out about free contest giveaways, go to hauntedflowerreviews.com. My reviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. Search for Haunted Flower Reviews and subscribe and leave us feedback and comments. Our store is hauntedflower.com, where we specialize in fantastic licensed apparel from movies, TV shows, video games, anime, and more. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedflower and Twitter at haunted_flower.
If you're local to the Indianapolis area, visit indiemojo.com for details on how you can win free screening passes.
I'll throw a party and greet my undersea friends as they arrive.